Lynn Alenga's kind-heartedness of wanting to ensure people get justice led her to become an advocate.
When I was in Form 3 or thereabouts, I just saw that the talent in me was not for medicine, and neither was it for, the sciences part of it. And although my folks wanted me to be more of a biochemistry guy and international relations, I decided to do law because it's something I'm passionate about. Just to know that you can assist someone in getting a just solution to his problems is, I think, something that I'm really passionate about.
Here she explains to us who an advocate is.
Most people confuse the difference between an advocate and a lawyer. A lawyer is someone who's just done their undergraduate degree, like 4 years in campus, and you graduate, you become a lawyer. And an advocate is someone who's done the undergraduate degree, gone to the Kenya School of Law, and been admitted to the role of advocates. You admitted to the bar and you sign the role of advocates. That is the difference. A lawyer cannot represent you in court, but an advocate can.
And what does her daily routine entail?
Preparations depends on how your day looks like. For example, if you have a hearing, the following day you have to prepare well in advance. You have to read your witness statements. You have to, call the witnesses to the chambers and discuss the way forward on the case, what the other party is going to ask them, or what you expect them to ask your client. So basically, on the day of the hearing, there's nothing much you can do because court starts at 9. That is the day the court starts. So when you wake up in the morning, you should have prepared adequately for the case if it's coming up at 9. And if it's a mention, I don't think there's any preparation needed for a mention, because a mention and a hearing are different. A hearing means the case is actually proceeding for production of evidence and, maybe cross-examination and all that. But for a mention is maybe to just confirm whether there are statements which have been filed or the case is proper to be heard, just easy, or maybe if there's a judgment coming.
Despite having strong interest in her career, she finds it hard to balance her daily routine with her private life.
Being an advocate is quite a hassle. Like, you have to be at work by around 7, you have to leave work late. You cannot pretend to be in the office for the whole day and then, go home and do something else for the whole night, or, have fun and stuff. So our private life is somehow curtailed because of our work life. Okay, let me say mine because I don't know about the other advocates. But basically, my private life is somehow curtailed. You have to, after leaving work at around 6:30, 7, you have to be home and sleep by 9 to wake up at 4. So that's the routine. The only time you have free maybe is on Saturday afternoon or Sunday.
She praises her mother as a mentor.
She's my biggest and greatest motivation, like her hard work and everything. She's just an amazing person. Like, she's the one who drives us. Her prayers, her zeal to show us that you can become anything you can, she's my mentor and she's my biggest motivation. And then there's my boss, of course. He's been patient. I'm learning a lot through him. He's also a great mentor to me. Life itself is a motivation to me. The fact that you are able to get up every day and go to work and stuff gives me a reason to expect, to wait for the next day. And then the ability to help someone else do something that they are incapable of doing, just to know that when you assist them, they'll be able to say, thank you, we've been helped. And it's a feeling that you can't even compare to just hearing that thank you.
She plays down the ill perception that lawyers and advocates are liars and thieves.
The perception that advocates are, liars and thieves, and that's like the biggest perception in this country. And because most of our legislators, most of the guys in the Senate and the Parliament are advocates, people assume that all advocates are a picture of those guys out there. What I want to say is that not all advocates are the same. Not all advocates are thieves and liars and, people who always work towards stealing clients' money, as everyone says. Uh, there's some really good advocates out here. In fact, there are some really, really amazing advocates who actually saved. And the perception, the stereotypes that all advocates are thieves, I think should be something that the society should, work at changing. Or if not the society, I think advocates, the young advocates who are coming up, should work towards changing that perception.
In the line of her duties, she encounters some difficulties.
Drafting can be quite a challenge because you might be drafting thinking that there's no new legislation, and yet just the previous day there's a new law that passed that changes everything that you do. Basically, the fact that law is a diverse thing that keeps on growing day in, day out is the biggest challenge to an advocate. So you need to do more research, read a lot, Children matters per se are the most challenging cases I face personally as an advocate because they are too personal. When a parent, either parent, the father or the mom, comes to you asking that you assist them in getting, maintenance for their children, especially in situations where the parents are not together, it's quite difficult and hectic, especially when the children are suffering and the other parent who is seeking maintenance cannot be able to provide for them. So I think children matters are the most challenging cases for me, really challenging.
Lynn Alenga tells about her future plans.
I just hope that and pray that in future I might be able to expand what I'm doing, not only to practice law in Nairobi, but to go back to the village and give back to society. Give back to society because that's where I grew up. I want to go back, if possible, assist those people there with free legal advice and CSR activities. Like, for example, right now I'm focusing on Montelgon region. That is my biggest plan right now. I want to go back there for civic education and stuff. And I'd like in future to actually do more human rights law just for the sake of the public and assist them in the ways that I can.